Hey guys, in this video we are going to learn how do you read Excel file and search online. Right, we are going to get a demo. I am going to show you the demo and how to design this entire workflow. I am going to show you. Before we get started, please do subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all kind of UiPath information and knowledge. Please do subscribe and hit on the bell icon. So let's see how this demo works. So here I have got couple of locations. You can create a table: Bengaluru, Mumbai, Delhi, Goa, London, New York. I have given all the different city names, and then I have got two columns. One is the temperature, current temperature, and the humidity. It should be able to get it from Google and type it. So let's see how this demo works, and then we'll get further. So now the first thing what I will do, I'm going to run this demo, and then we are going to design it once again. So give it a quick second for it to start. Okay, so the automation has started. It's going to read the data from the Excel file and going to type it. Okay, and then it is going to capture the temperature from the screen and the humidity, and it should write it back to the Excel file. You can see it has written it to the Excel file. Okay, you can see it is writing to the Excel file. Delhi temperature, and then writing it back. And the Goa temperature, 27 degrees Celsius. Anybody planning to go to Goa? 21 in London. Okay. Then the New York temperature, 21 degrees Celsius at New York. So you can see our output has been written properly in the Excel file. Okay, so let's see how this can be designed. First of all, what you do, open the Excel file and create this table. Okay, very simple table. Write the location, keep couple of names, and then write the temperature and humidity. Now one thing people would also have problem: Rakesh, how did you type this degree Celsius? So let me tell you. First of all, your numlock on your keyboard, if you have a numlock pad, turn on the numlock, and then once it is on, keep the mouse pointer wherever you would like to type it. Hit on the Alt key and type, hit and hold it. Hold the Alt key, 0176. If you type 0176, okay, Alt key, hold the Alt key and type 0176, and it will automatically get you the degree Celsius. Okay, so this is how. So you have created the table. Now let's see how we can design this entire workflow from the scratch. We are going to learn. Okay, one by one we will learn. So let me delete everything. Now the very first thing, because I have to work on the Excel file, I'll simply type Excel in the activities panel, and here I will pick the Excel process scope and drag and drop it. Okay, this is how you'll be using Excel process scope, and inside the process scope I'll be using something called use Excel file. So let's drag and drop the use Excel file. Simple. And then after that I have to point to the Excel file. Okay, to point to the Excel file, click on this symbol and then select your Excel file. So I'll go to my documents, and here I have the Excel file. Okay, so that way it's going to get access to the Excel file. And after you do this, after you got the access to the Excel file, the next thing, I want to run a loop so that I can read all the city names or the location names. Okay, so here go back to the studio, and there is an activity called for each Excel row. Okay, for each Excel row, let's drag and drop it. Okay, and very important, one of the very important activity in the for each Excel row, you have to check the has headers. Okay, because our Excel has headers, so ensure you select it, otherwise your workflow might fail. So ensure you are selecting has headers. Okay, then I have to give the range where it should read it from. So I'll click on indicate in Excel, and because I have to have access to all this specific cells, I will select that, hit on confirm. If you want to do it for the entire cell, you can also select all. Okay, that way it is going to select all, but not necessary. I'm going to work only with this, so I'll hit on confirm. Okay, so my range has been selected, and now I am in the loop, so it's going to read the data. So the very first thing what I want to do, I want to type it in Google Chrome, right? I want to go to the google.com. So what we will do, let me close this. I think there are two tabs open. So open the fresh page, try to close all the browsers. If you have it open, try to close them. Not necessary, but again, it's good to do it. Good practice. So type google.com. Okay, so I'm in the google.com page. This is where it will be using and typing the data from the Excel. So what I will do, I will use a activity called use application browser. Okay, use application browser is the activity. Let's drag and drop it. Okay, and here the use application browser, it is asking me to indicate. So hit on indicate and select the application. So your entire application should show a green symbol. If you are doing it for the very first time, it will ask you, it will give you a prompt to install an add-on or extension for the Google Chrome UiPath extension that has to be installed. It will give you a prompt. Okay, so with that, you install the add-on, try to reopen the browser. Finally, this should show you a green screen. That means the extension is working properly fine. So click on any of the blank space. So it will go back to the UiPath. So that means it understood that you are going to access the URL www.google.com. It will automatically pick what you are going to use. Okay, so this is done. Now once you are done at this stage, what is the next thing I want to do? I want to type into this Google page, right? Here I want to type, but here if you see the data that I have is Bengaluru, so I have to type Bengaluru space temperature. That's where it will show the right data. If you simply type Bengaluru, it will show something else, right? So how to do that? It has only Bengaluru, and I have to add a word called temperature to search. So for that, I will be using an activity called type into. Just type into. Okay, so this is the type into activity. CV type into with a small circle. These are the old activities. I am using the modern activity. Drag and drop, the one which has a small circle at the bottom, right? Okay, so I got the type into activity. Now here I will hit on indicate, and I'll go to the specific space and select it. Okay, if any kind of a red kind of a symbol or orange symbol comes, that means it's not able to, it has to be green color. That means it is working properly with your Google Chrome. If not, try to restart your Google Chrome, okay, and try to see if the extension is running or not. So here I have selected green, and then I'm hitting on the anchor. So it will understand wherever the Google is written, below that this is the target space where it should type. So I've given the indication where it should type. Now it is asking me what to type. So text must be quoted. So what I want to type, because right now we are in a loop, right, and the current row variable will be holding the data. So to access this specific column, so I want to access this specific column, right? Okay, so to access this, all I have to do, simply type current row. Current row is the variable, for each loop variable, and in the bracket type the column name. What is the column name? Column name is location. So I'm typing the column name. Okay, ensure spelling mistake is not there. After that, give it a plus sign. Give it a plus sign, and within double quote, give it a space, because location Bangalore space temperature I have to type. So I'm typing a space and then typing temperature. Okay, ensure your spelling is accurately typed. Otherwise, you will have problem. It will suggest you to type the, do you mean this? So ensure your spelling is typed correctly. Okay, so temperature is typed. After that, do one thing. This activity, for me, it is not working properly. So I'm copying the entire thing that I've typed, and now here I'm selecting the enter. So by hitting on enter, what happened? Everything what I've typed has gone. So what you do, because after typing you should hit on enter, right? So copy paste what you have typed, and then here you have, if you see, after temperature, if you look at my screen, there are two double quotes here. So everything should be in one quote. Okay, everything should be in one quote. So remove this. Okay, that means temperature space temperature, then K enter should be in one quote. So this is the right syntax. Okay, hope you have got it. If not, let me try to show you in a bigger window. Do you see how it is typed? This is how you should type. Otherwise there will be syntax error and it won't function properly. Okay, so type into. Now one more thing, in the use browser Chrome, right, and in this, so there is an option here open. If you see in the property, there is an option here open. If not open, if the google.com or the browser is not open, it will try to open it. So you can select this option. Okay, if not open. Okay, so these are the all the settings we have done. And then empty field before typing, by default it is there, so not to do, you don't have to do really anything. The syntax is important, what you have typed. So once you type this, once it types, let's have a small test. Okay, let's have a small test. So we will see whether it's taking all the data and typing it properly or not. Then we will proceed to the next set of steps. So let me hit on run file. Okay, let's see if it is able to read the data and typing and hitting on enter or not. Give it a quick second. Okay, so it has typed. You can see it has typed Bengaluru temperature. Okay, looks like there is some kind of a delay. Let me stop it and try to run it again. And the same delay you might also face. So let's do it again. Run file. Let me close this. So now the browser is, everything is closed. Okay, it has typed Bengaluru. So now this time it's working quite fast. Mumbai temperature. Are you getting it? So if there's any kind of a delay in your Chrome, so just try to close and reopen and see. Okay, Delhi temperature. So it's reading all the Excel file, right? It's reading all this data from here, and one by one it's typing in the Google Chrome. You can see it's running Goa, then it should type London. Okay, so small experiments you should do slowly and learn. Now it's typing, it should type New York. So it's typing New York space temperature, right? Because the way we have written, and hitting on enter also. And hitting on enter, right? So all these are happening very fast. So our design is working perfectly fine. Okay, what is the next thing? So after it types the city name and hit on temperature, right? For example, Bangalore temperature, let's say it has typed. So this is the page which would come, right? So in this page it should capture the temperature and humidity. These are our requirements. So based on the requirement, we have to design our workflow. So what is the activity that I should use to get the temperature? So very simple, the activity name is get text. Okay, very simple to remember also, get text. Now here what I will do, I'll hit on indicate Chrome, and I'm going to highlight this particular space where it is the degree Celsius written, and then I'm going to point out to the anchor, nearby image or nearby anything which will become an anchor. Anchor means nearby that the target icon is there. So I'm going to select this. Okay, and hit on. So here I have the option called selector. Hit on selector and then hit on confirm. So that way it will capture the data from Google Chrome, and after it captures, where would you like to save that? Create a variable, and I'll create a string variable called string str. Let me do it again. So I'll create a variable, create variable str temperature, okay, temp. So I've created a variable which is going to store the data. Similar way, let's copy and paste, and here this time I'll again indicate, hit on this button, hit on indicate target screen, and this time I need this humidity, right? So I'm going to select humidity, and its nearby anchor will be this one, okay, and same thing, hit on selector, hit on confirm. Okay, I'm going very slow so that you can capture everything I'm doing. Now here, to save to, I'll create another variable called string humidity. So I'll create a variable called str humidity, right? And whatever the variables you are creating, if you go to the variable panel, here you would find whatever the variables you have created, okay, str temp, str. So by default, by mistake I've created a str. Let me remove that. So str temperature, str humidity, string data type has been created. So it will automatically create those variables for you. Okay, so created, and it will get the value of the humidity. Okay, so we have got it. So once it gets the value, what I should do, I should write it back to the Excel, right? It should read the Excel data through the UiPath Studio workflow, and it should write it back the data from the Google Chrome, from the online search. After you do the online search, after reading the Excel file, it should write it back. So how do you write it back to the Excel? It's pretty simple. Once again, all I have to do, there is an activity called Excel, write to Excel. Okay, so write. If not, simply type write to Excel. Okay, write to cell. Okay, write to cell. So this is the activity. So drag and drop. Okay, if you write some keywords, it will bring you, and you can select which one. So write cell is the activity. So here, what to write? So there are two things I want to write. One is I want to write this str temperature, and then where to write. So click on the plus sign, Excel, and go to indicate in Excel. So your Excel should be on, and you should select the first cell only. You should not select the range. Okay, select the first cell. Okay, now once you are selecting, it should give you a confirm button. If that is not coming, for me it did not come this time. Let me try it again. Excel, custom input, sorry, Excel, indicate in Excel, and see, this ribbon should come. Okay, UiPath integration Excel add-on. If not, try to redo it again. So select this and hit on confirm. Okay, so you can see cell B2 has come, right, and it is going to write, and there is an option called auto increment row. So what would happen while the loop is running? First it will write here, then it will write here, then it will write here, then it will write here, like that it will write. Okay, so the temperature is done. Then for the humidity, the same thing we will repeat. We will copy this, copy paste, and all I have to do, the cell I will change it to C2, that means this one, and then auto increment is enabled, and here the variable I should change to what? String humidity, right? So that way it is going to write it. So everything is done. Everything has been written very nicely. Now to see the outputs properly, you can also use a small delay activity so that we can see how it is running, right? So I'll use a delay activity. This is not necessary, just for a demonstration purpose and to see how things are working. I'll use a delay activity, and here I will simply say 00 for hour, 00 for minute, and 02 for seconds. Okay, 02 seconds. So it will wait for 2 seconds and then get into the next one. Okay, there is some kind of error. Let me type it again. Okay, the error is gone. Okay, there was a delay. So here I have written the delay, and now let's try to run. If there is any kind of an error, again we should fix that. Okay, so if there is any error, we will fix that. So everything is fine. Now let's go here. So let's close this and let's run the file. Okay, let's see how this one is working. Give it some time. Okay, so the Google Chrome has opened. Now the very first thing it should type is Bengaluru. So it is reading from the Excel. Our UiPath Studio workflow is reading from the Excel and doing a online search. Okay, now it should have captured the temperature and the humidity from this page, and it has written. Do you see 28 degree 59 degree Celsius humidity in Bangalore? Great. Now it should go to the, so this is very fun to do it, right? This nice to see how automatically everything is happening on our laptop. So now again it's reading from the Excel and it will capture the data from Mumbai, 29 degrees Celsius, 78% humidity. Okay. So Mumbai and Bangalore temperatures are quite close at the moment. Great. So this must be interesting for you guys, right? And next is the Delhi temperature, 42 degrees. Oh, this is quite hot, right? 48 and humidity is 18%. Humidity is less, but temperature is quite high, Delhi. Okay, great to know this. And then let's see about what's the temperature in, next is Goa, right? Okay, there's some kind of a delay. Goa temperature. So now 26 degrees Celsius and 91% humidity. Oh, there's a lot of humidity in Goa because it's a seashore. So that makes sense. London. Okay, London is 21 degrees Celsius with 45% humidity. Good temperature. Okay, let's see about the New York. So it's reading the data one by one from the Excel and doing the online search and fetching the data back to the Excel. So this is how you'll be working on UiPath Studio. So once you design the workflow, I'm pretty sure you'll feel really proud of designing a use case to read the data from the Excel and write it back using the UiPath workflow or using UiPath. So great guys, so I hope you saw the entire demo and you also saw how everything has been designed well. So please do design and let me know in your comments. Do not forget at least to let me know कि you are able to design this workflow successfully. Please do comment in the comment section. So until then, we will meet in our next video, and please do subscribe and hit on the bell icon guys to stay up to date. I am trying to update videos on a regular basis, so please do connect with me through my channel and do comment your questions. I will try my best to answer them. So thank you guys, and we are going to meet in our next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.